Jimenez from Amp Live TV, rocking and rolling today. That's right. Always real, raw, and standing for truth. The home of the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Your host, Erick of Amp Live and VIP Execs. You can hashtag right over there. Get Erick Paul Live. Get all the different videos, different social media. I appreciate it. Like, love, and share. Email us if you need to. Get in touch with us. Do a DM for all your creative or all your real estate investing awesomeness, right? I believe in creative real estate investing. As I say, the umbrella of creative real estate investing, which includes, yes, a bird dog, wholesaling, Subto, seller finance, everything, all those different things that are untraditional. And then obviously for the traditional side, which I like to call the public arena or the public sector for our sponsors, VIP Execs, Realty, Lending, and Investments, and Luxury Properties, Step into Excellence. And obviously we're powered by Amp Live Media. Amp Live Media powers Amp Live TV and all our mentees, past, present, future mentees. We thank you. But that's what we use to market and do all this monetization and shorts and everything else, along with our team that helps us get that done. So first and foremost, thank you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful week as we start gearing up, right, for June and July and August, obviously, but June and July are our kickoffs here for deals, right? Everything about deals. In other words, projections, kicking butt, and getting on the mentees, getting on our team, getting on myself. Yeah, that's right. And even myself, jumping on freaking calls, right? Now, I'm not going to lie. When I started, I said no cold calling, no door knocking. That's why I created a system and spent 16 months building 2 websites and systems and copy and all kinds of stuff, and then ran my leads and my marketing, and I dealt with quality over quantity. And boom, got better and better from a 20 to 30% closing ratio to 70 to 80 to about maybe, some give or take 80 or 90. So I'll close 8 to 9 of those 10 leads that come down the wire. I was rocking maybe about 5 or 6 solid leads. So I'd close most of them, right? Only because of the processes and the systems and yes, sales 101 and using magical words, right, that actually work. From things that I've learned in the past, and I got better and better and better, so I became a full expert at doing that. And that's what I'm here to do with you and to help you with that. There is a secret sauce. There is an amplification. There is a higher frequency that you have to tap into that I will help you get to and help you manifest and help you build your business by doing the things that I'm going to share with you, okay? It's having a leap of faith. Either you do it or you don't, right? Did have a conversation. It's like, okay, what holds people back? One is I don't know if I can do it. And then 2 is the money. And the conversation came up as like, and we're discussing it, with my team and associates and stuff. And, even the boss and all that good stuff. It's like, okay, well, what holds people back? If it is the money. And they're going, well, if you don't have the money, then guess what? If you don't jump into this and invest in yourself, then you're never going to have the money. You're never going to do it. And you're going to stay in the same damn spot forever and ever until you die, which sucks, right? Or maybe you'll do it because people go, oh, I'm too old. No, you're never too old. You're never too young. It doesn't matter. Some people go, oh, well, I'll wait. I'll wait for the market to do this and do that. You can't predict the market. And when's the best time? People ask me all the time. Mentees ask me all the time because I speak with thousands of people every year. When's the best time to get into real estate? You ready for it? When you commit. When you say you're ready. Doesn't matter if it's an up market, a down market, a shit market, an awesome market. It doesn't matter. What matters is when you do what? There you go. We're going back and forth. All right. Hey, best time is when you make a commitment. Let me get that off my little face there. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Boink, as we get started. Put that in the chat as well. Did I put that in the chat? Let me see what we got. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. All right, cool. So jump on that. We got a promo that I'm going to share with you. It's to celebrate 250 years of awesomeness and being in America and dominating the world, pretty much, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, leader and leading the pack for that. So I got something put together. We're going to start sharing that today. I'm going to share a little bit of it today with you, but I'm also going to get into the calculator. We're going to pull up the wholesale calculator, and we're actually going to run a deal through it with some actual numbers and let it spit out and go, is it a deal or is it not a deal? First and foremost, you got to be able to do what? Find a deal. You got to be able to lead generate. You're either going to lead generate with some money or you're going to lead generate with this right here, right? A little kung fu action, right? It's called elbow grease, right? Elbow grease is free and it takes up your time. So it is what it is. If you don't got any money, there's no excuse. You can use some elbow grease. If you have some money, then at least you want to do it in a way where you're going to get a return on investment. A lot of people spend money on this and they try that and they try this and they try that and they keep spinning the wheels and go, shit, it didn't work. It's not that it probably didn't work, just that you just did it wrong. And that's okay. That's like having a puzzle and you got, you're missing pieces there. You ever try to put a puzzle together without looking at the picture? It's pretty hard, right? It's a pain in the ass. Can you do it? If you spend enough time, yeah, you can do it. But isn't it better when you turn the picture around if you did that and they say, hey, okay, now I get it. I think it'd be easier if I can put that shit together. It's even easier, when you're working with somebody who's maybe a professional puzzle maker and they have their little thing and they'll help you with and help you fill out all the missing pieces of the puzzle. You just go a lot faster. If you want to go faster and you want to be more successful and you want some success and you want to see it quickly without all the bullshit, without all the coaches that disappear and, the Facebook bullshit and, the kumbaya and all that good stuff. I get it. It works. But at the end of the day, it's about working with you. That's what we do, right? I'm not a guru or any of that good stuff. The bottom line is that I am just like you. The whole system is put together to keep you suppressed, right? That's just the way it is. And from a young age, I've always been kind of the rebel. I've always kind of been the maverick. I've always been the guy who travels the road less traveled instead of following everybody else. Now, when I was younger, of course, I had to fall in line because you got parents tell you to do that. Get up, go to school. Go do this, go do that. Go through the train, whatever the chores are, whatever the parents tell you to do, because that's what they did and that's what they learned. They didn't learn, they didn't know how to be entrepreneurs. They didn't know. Maybe they tried a business and failed, and maybe they tried this and it didn't work. And they said, I guess that's just for the rich. No, it's all bullshit. We're all equal. There's tons of rich people that are dumber than shit, but they're super consistent. They have discipline, and they do network, and they're in the right place at the right time. They're in the right rooms, and they're prepared for the luck that drops on their table. Doesn't mean they're any smarter than you or I. It's not true. It's bullshit. You're probably going, man, I could do better than that person. I could do better than that person. Shit, I'm smarter than that person. How did they get what they got, right? And I used to think that a long time ago. And then when I started doing real estate and things started rolling for me, I will attest that Think and Grow Rich did help me a lot. So definitely, if you have not read the book, go get Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. At the same token, go out and get the other book, okay? The other book, that Think and Grow Rich, is going to set your foundation, kind of get things rolling. And then you get the other book, which is the 17 Principles of Success. That's what I call it. It's a Napoleon Hill book, but it's more like a guide. I like to call it the business Bible, not to replace the original or the real Bible, right? And I'm not going to lie. And this is not for props. My son gave me this, right? So here you go. You start reading this. I said, now I tried to read this, and I didn't understand any of it when I was younger. And I tried to read it in my 20s. I just still didn't understand it. I tried to read it in my 30s and my 40s. And now here I am going, you know what? I'll start reading it. Wiser now, smarter, understandable, have humility. And I'm like, okay, wow, this is starting to read this. And I go, there's some brutal stuff in here, right? It's like, man, okay. But, so that's why they say, hey, yes, I'm a God-fearing man. You better fear God, because good luck to you, right? Good luck to you at the end of the day. And there's no bullshit about that. But God is the way. In God we trust, as I always say. I also say rock and roll in all that you do. That's what I say when I wrap up the show. Well, let's get rocking and rolling with the Amp Live Real Estate Show since I'm here. And then we'll be going in and out. We're rocking on, I guess, pipeline and deals that are coming down the wire, stuff that's on the boards and on the sheets here. And, doing our stuff to bring those deals down, along with working with mentees and students and helping them building their businesses as well as promoting and lives and putting this stuff on and putting stuff together for you at the end of the day to do what? To share it so you can obviously get into real estate. It's what we do, right? Now, I'm not going to lie. We're looking at other things. There's always other things. There's franchises, there's businesses, multiple streams of income based on your skill sets, right? And your team around you skill sets to be able to do different things, right? So, that's been my thing. I've always been like a stubborn guy. I do this. I put my head down and I grind and do this, right? Until I see results and get successful at it. And then maybe move on to something else. And then maybe move on to something else. But over time, it takes me a lot longer. Other people will fail, and then they'll get it going. Then they'll move to that, move to this, move to that, and just keep on moving all the way around. And I know how that is because I've done that before. and it's just too many spinning plates. But even when we got focusing on one thing, which is creative real estate investing, and then we train and mentor, and then we obviously have the brokerage and things of that nature, and then we're rolling out the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, which is obviously, let me pull that up, coming up here. Well, that's a little bit different there. That's for the webinar. It's every Thursday, but the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, right, is going to help you get your first deal, second deal, third deal, fourth deal, and all that good stuff, right? Simply because it has contracts, has the agreements. Obviously, there's some live coaching every Friday, working deals every Wednesday. Support is Tuesday. Moving forward and doing that type of stuff is going to help you with this business, right? Simply because you got somebody working with you and you got a team working with you, and it makes it a lot easier. And yes, maybe, I'm not saying the kumbaya stuff, right? It's all business. Let's get up and rock and rolling. But this right here is the Real Estate Domination Investor Meetup every Thursday, 2 p.m. We change it from Wednesday to Thursday. I just like Thursday. Thursday is a deals day, and I'm fired up. So we'll talk about dominating your area. I'm going to share with you on how to dominate your area, show you how to find those deals, work those deals, take it from lead to appointment to offer to deal to COE, which is close of escrow, getting that check, rinse and repeat, and then building and putting back into your business, and then starting to scale up if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to scale up, you want to have your mom, your uncle, your aunt working with you, cool, awesome. Do 2 or 3 deals a quarter. Right? I guarantee it'll change your life, right? You just have to understand. You're going, oh, I got to learn this, learn that. I think I was talking to a young man last night, and it's like, wow, it's just that learning curve. So look, the way we mentor, the learning curve is not a big deal. Because what you do, now you do it yourself and try to figure it out 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I guarantee it. Minimum for creative real estate investing, and let alone wholesaling. It took you 3 years and spun your wheels and still didn't learn how to wholesale, let alone, but he did say his big problem was execution. Action, it's everybody's problem. Action. He didn't execute. He took no action, so he got absolutely nothing. Blamed it on coaches, blamed it on, all their scammers and all kinds of bullshit. It's all stuck in his head. It was all bullshit. The bottom line is he needed to take action and go do something, find some people to work with, or yes, write a check and go learn. He said it 3 or 4 times. I need a mentor. Well, no one's going to mentor you for free because you're not bringing shit to the table. You need to bring something to the table like I did. I brought tremendous value. And I spent 16 months of my life building out systems and platforms to get this thing rolling, and then bringing in leads, and then working leads, and then selling that inventory to my mentor, and then asking him if I can go with him and if I could rock with him and be his assistant or whatever. And that was a godsend. Everything kind of fell into place as it needed to in the beginning. It was rocky, it was bumpy, kind of going probably with what you're going through, if you understand or maybe resonate with me, spinning those wheels, trying this program out. I invested in that and that didn't work. I did that and that didn't work. And I tried this and it didn't work. Is it really going to work for me? Why isn't it working? And all that good stuff. And it sucks until you start moving forward, and because he didn't quit, and God lets you, he opens the door and lets you roll a little bit further. And then finding the right people and networking and getting with the right people and like-minded people is awesome, right? But scan that QR code. That's every Thursday. Lock in your spot. Also in the chat, I dropped it in the chat with our special promo that we're going to be rocking and rolling, 250 years for America, right? And that's going to be a $200 promo for, I believe, for this week. Or I don't know how long we're going to be doing it, but I know that we're putting on that promo for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And I'm not sure. I think we're doing some cool stuff there because that's a $12,997 program. And I believe we're honoring it with what's inside the chat. I'm not quite sure. So founder spots, gone, charter spots. And I think I'll pull it up. Well, it's in the PowerPoint. And we'll take a look. But you can go right there, scan that QR code. Oh, man. Scan the QR code right there for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. I'm not sure what the price is, but whatever the price is, we'll honor it. If it's $19.97, we'll honor it. If it's $12,997, we'll honor it. If it's $597, we'll honor it. Whatever it is, scan the QR code. I probably could pull it up and let me scan it, see what that's about. Let me see. And we're going to go over here. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and do the America. Let's do the wholesale thing real quick, okay? So wholesale deal calculator, this is awesome. I'm going to pull this up and we're going to work on, you can scan that QR code too. Because this wholesale deal calculator, yes, we have one, but we actually put a nice, beautiful skin like we did with the Subto fix and flip calculator. for your sub 2 type deals and going after fix and flips. Yes, can you go after fix and flips and go sub 2? Of course, it's my favorite structure or strategy, by getting those deals with equity, then taking them sub 2 and fixing them and flipping them and getting those fat checks, or selling them off, or keep them for your own stash to get that cash flow. Or you can, art, what I like to call arbitrage it, right? And you get those 3 or 4 interest rates, maybe it's 3.8%, and you're going to sub 2 it. And then you're going to go find yourself. You could sell it to an investor, right, and wholesale it to them, or you can just do it yourself and arbitrage that, and find a regular buyer that says, you know what, I don't qualify for that amount, but I do have this much money down. Get their 10, 15, 20% down. Then you're going to take that 3 to 8% interest rate and arbitrage it and charge them 5 or 6%. So you're going to make some money in between there. You're going to get a down payment. And you're probably getting, so you're getting some cash flow on double dip there. And then when they actually decide, you know what, I'm going to refi this sunbuck out, you either put a 5-year, 10-year balloon on it, and then they refi you out, or whatever amount of time you want. Then you're going to get what? The spread, because you're obviously going to sell the property at retail, and whatever you buy a property at 400, and maybe you're going to sell it to them for 675. You're going to have a couple $100,000 in equity, and you just did a triple dip, right? So you got a down payment, you're getting paid up front a little bit, and then you're going to do the arbitrage of the spread of the payment. You might even, go with, like I mentioned before, and get that equity over time when they refi you out, so you get a chunk of cash. And, so it's a beautiful, lovely thing when you're doing that type of stuff. So it's just totally up to you on what you're wanting to do. What you can do, but you can scan that QR code right there. Boom, for the Amplified Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator. And right now, this is for wholesale, right? So you're going to learn wholesale. So I'm going to teach you a little bit of wholesaling. And then you're going to learn a little bit about lease options and sub 2, not on this particular live, but that's what, when you join the Amplified Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, super simple. It's limited time bonuses and all the other stuff. So you need to take action right now by scanning the QR code. And I believe I just scanned it. I believe it's back to $1,997, not $12,997. So we do have our founders and charters, but this is going to be something special for our 250-year anniversary for America. And right there, you scan that QR code. It's only $1,997. Put that on a credit card. It's easy peasy. Probably got that sitting in your bank account or savings account. But $1,997 to be able to learn how to do this business. And it's not just wholesaling, right? Wholesaling, you go buy a wholesaling program, it's going to cost you $4,000 or $5,000. Lease options, $2,000 or $3,000. Sub 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000. Or some people just say, I just want to learn real estate investing. And you go to one of those programs, like the RN that came aboard and went and spent some money in San Diego and cost her $36,000. There's no coach, there's no mentoring. There's videos, and you get on the Zoom calls, and they set you up with some marketing and stuff, and that's it. They don't teach you how to lock up the properties. They don't teach you how to. You go to the classes, but not everybody has time to go to the classes and spend hours and hours and hours. It's when you hold them accountable. It's when I hold you to the fire and go, hey, you showing up? Here's an appointment. Show up. This is what we're going to do. Spend time with you, because then it becomes reciprocal. My time, our time, your time, right? If it's just a Zoom call with 300 people, they're like, okay, show up, don't show up. Oh, just wait for the recording, and then you're going to watch it. No, you're not. You're not going to watch it. You're not going to apply. You're not going to do shit. That's just the way it works. So having a coach is awesome. Having a mentor is even better. Is there a difference between coaching and mentoring? Yes, there is. I'm not going to get into that on this particular live, but let's get into rocking and rolling some wholesale stuff so you can make some buckaroonies out there in the real world. First and foremost, you need to go surf for deals. Go get our surfing for deals. I might throw it down here for free. And this way you don't have an excuse. It's surfing for deals to show you how to find deals on the internet and all that good stuff using your phone, email, text. It'll blow up your phone and text with people that want to sell or need to sell. And then you can, go from there. And then once you have a deal, you need to learn how to underwrite, right? It's not just as you can plug it into anything out there and go, okay, it'll just give you the basics. There's tons of software out there, but at the same token, you need to dig deeper. You need to know what those numbers are. Okay. Like we had that conversation about someone say, do you know how to break down deals? Yeah, I know how to do the wholesale stuff. I said, okay, great. Then what are the numbers? And share the numbers with me. But at the same token, they go, well, okay, what if you're going to buy the property as a fix and flipper? Do you know those numbers? No, I don't. Okay, and then some people would probably say, you don't need to know. Who cares? As long as it's sweet and it's a juicy deal and the numbers are there, you'll sell it. you don't need to dig in. But sooner or later, if you're going to buy property, you're going to fix it and flip it, you're going to buy and hold it, probably should know those numbers. And if you really want to become an expert, if you wouldn't buy it, then why would anybody else buy it? And if the investor is going to come back, because they're going to hammer you on the numbers and all kinds of other stuff. So you should understand all the numbers. Just like an investor, you should do the numbers like if you're going to buy it. And if you do that, then it's a lot easier to sell it to a buyer because they can't come back with a bunch of rebuttals, because you're going to have rebuttals for them too. Well, look at this, and you do this, and you buy it for this, and you do this. Okay, what's the problem? Well, there is none. Let's go. Let's get the money. Let's get it, write it up. Here's an assignment agreement, and let's close it up, right? It's just going to make you a more powerful closer. You're going to make more money, and you're going to understand the business at the same token. So people aren't going to take advantage of you, and all that other good stuff, or try to, get you down and going, oh, what about this? What about that? You start off at 20 and all of a sudden it's 15, then it's 10, all of a sudden it's $2,000 because they just beat the shit out of you on the property and price and all this good stuff, right? But if you know what you have, what I always say, bags of gold, right? A contract is bags of gold, and you get that at 60, 65, 70 cents on the dollar, and you're golden. So let's go ahead and work the calculator right now. I'm going to share it with you. Then I'm going to go ahead and share. What do we got? 21 minutes? Okay, cool. I got 9 minutes to do this, all right? So let me put on my timer. Don't want to make this a 30-minute call. I don't want to make an hour and a half right now. Owner, okay. Let me see. That's cool. We'll check that out. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go. What are we looking for? ADHD just kicked in. Okay. I started looking at something else. Timer. Let's do it. Timer. Okay. Ready? Let's put the timer together. Where's it at? Right there. Put on 9 freaking minutes. And we'll be done. All right. So stay up with me. All right. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to go slow. If you have any questions or you see this, you watch it. You can watch it forward, backward. Let me see what we got. Anybody watching and you have questions, go ahead and ask me. I may not see it because I don't look at the side chat very much, but just raise your freaking hand. I don't care what it is. Just say, hey, question, rock and roll. And I will, if I see it, I'll stop and I'll answer the questions. Okay. All right. So let's go. Let's go to the wholesale deal. Okay. So wholesale deal calculator, analyze any wholesale deal in real time, enter the numbers, see your maximum allowable offer, assignment fee, end buyer profit, and full deal scorecard instantly, which I like. Excuse me. Your wholesale deals, instant maximum. I already mentioned that. You can actually get the full blueprint right here. There'll be a button there where you can actually go, and that's become Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator Program student in rock and roller at the end of the day. So property address, okay, it's right there. I'll pull that up last. Property address, I'm not going to put in. This would be a property that is in San Bernardino County, I believe, over here, like in the Ontario Rancho area. Rehab. Okay, let's start off. We're just going to go through this really quick. Okay, so rehab budget. What's the rehab budget? We're going to go $75K. ARV 865. Okay, that's after repair value. Then we got a low comp. Low comp, I think, was 735 on the low comp. Contingency 10%. Cosmetic, moderate, full. If it's a full gut. If it's full, that means you got mechanicals. There's mechanical issues. So you should know this stuff, right? When you're asking, and we do it with all our mentees and students. It's called the mission is the submission. Now the good ones ask all the questions. They frame it like, man, yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to get all this information. The mission is the submission. They do it right, and they befriend the seller. They have a relationship, and they get them tell them everything from birth until now. And then we can, once they do all that, reason we do that is because our exit strategy may be wholesale. Maybe a Subto deal, might be a lease option, might be a rent to own, might be an option. Heck, they may need a loan. Maybe it's too damn tight. Maybe it's a short sale, right? Oh, you're not going to know that stuff unless you ask these questions and understand how to structure a deal. Like if you're going to fix it and flip it or buy and hold it, even with the BRRRR method, right? If it's wholesale, yeah, you can do the simple 70 cents minus repairs. Here's what I need minus my fees. Cool. And that should work. Now, if you're getting deals at 50, 60 cents on the dollar, no brainer. But you better make sure that they are 50, 60 cents on the dollar. Then you have to worry about shit because somebody's going to buy that. They should buy that. And if they don't buy it and they're, then how are you going to maximize unless you really know where the money's at by doing this? Okay. So that's just a pro tip. Okay. So I'm going to say it's moderate. We'll leave it there. The highest comp I'm going conservative. I always go conservative. It's actually $8.95 for the highest comp. Average days on the market are actually 39 in this area, which is good compared to what it was. Not that great, but seller's asking price is 607. Motivation level is pretty high. We'll just leave it at that. And we get into acquisition part, right? Closing. So let me make sure that you're following along here. So we're all good to go. Okay, good. Let me see if I can blow up the screen here. Maybe we'll do that right there. Is that bigger? See if we can see it in bigger light. No. That. Let's do that. No. Let's do that one. No. Let's do that one. I want to blow it up to the whole screen. I wonder why it's not doing that. So I'll just leave it like that. Okay. All right. All right. We're good to go. We got 4 minutes. All right. So let's keep on rolling. Buy side closing costs, right? Earnest money. Yeah, it says $1,000. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting $100. End buyers, sell side closing costs. Some people, oh, you're not serious or this and that. No, that's what you hear out in the internet world, right? It's all bullshit. When you're talking with the seller, it don't take too long here. It's easy peasy. If you do it right and you're good at what you do, they don't even worry about the earnest money deposit. They don't even ask about the $100 earnest money deposit. And if it needs to be more, then okay, just write it in for more. It doesn't matter because it's not going to come out of your pocket. If you're wholesaling, it's going to come out of the buyer's pocket. So it doesn't matter. Now I get it. You know, there are going to be rules and things of that nature. Should you put money in if you want to? Of course, put in 100, put in 1%, do whatever the hell you want. At the end of the day, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. That's $100. All right, here we go. Hard money rate, 12%. Yeah, it's pretty high. Well, if I want, I could put 9. Okay. The more deals you do, the higher the interest rate. If you're just brand new, they may charge you more. You have to put more down. You got to have better credit. Otherwise, if you're going to fix and flip, okay. So this is putting some. The reason I'm doing this is because look, other people, when they're doing this and they have hard money, they're either going to borrow their own money, charge themselves their own money, or they're going to have hard money and they're going to have some cash so they can do a hard money loan to purchase the property, fix and flip, right? Or they may be a group of investors and there is no hard money and they're going to just use all cash. But even then, if they're smart, they're all together and they got their money in a fund, and then they're going to borrow against that fund, and it's not free. So that's how they make money, right? They make money selling each other the money and then fixing it and making the profits, right? And then putting it back into their fund. So we'll put 9%, right? We're going to put 2%. Yes, let's make it a nice juicy 2% on points. Loan amount, it's going to be 506. All right. Exit strategy is an assignment. Just want to assign the deal. For the fix and flip, we're going to put 3 months. 6 months is good right now because it's taking longer to sell properties. But for this one, it's in a hot area. It's 30 days. If you got like a 60, 90 days, and as far as days on the market, then you might want to change that to 6 months. Put a 6-month pad on it and then go from there. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't care. Why do I need a 6-month pad? Because as an investor, if you're trying to sell me the deal, that's what I'm going to tell you. If days on the market are low, then I'll say, okay, cool, no problem. If days on the market are taking you 60, 90 days or longer, I'm going to do my math with the 6-month pad in there saying, hey, it's 6 months. After 6 months, it's going to cost me money. If you don't know what that means, no problem. Hit me up and I'll explain it to you. End buyer's minimum profit. Now, the end buyer's minimum profit, you can do this. I'd rather, there's so what they need. Let me see what they need to say yes. I'm going to put in California. 55,000 or 12, 13, 14, 15%. That's a whole other training in qualifying your buyers. But I'm going to put a minimum of $55,000 in California. The Midwest about 35. Double close if we need to, with double close action, right? Monthly hold costs. We sell this thing 5% for the agent fee, staging and marketing as well. Seller concessions 1%. The fuck? All right. Your contract price offered is to the seller. Or was it up here? All right, this is what I want. Right? You can put 5, 10, 15, 20%, whatever you want. Okay. And here it is coming up. It says, look, deal grade is a D, right? Pass or restructure. So it's not going to work. So because the numbers are, look, end buyer gross profit. We got buyer's profit margin, 77. Return investment, meet buyer's profit. Buyer wins. Wholesale profit. There it is. Got to stop. So I might have punched something in wrong here. Your assignment deal fee. That can't be right. Contract price, assignment deal, yes, okay. Your net profit, 582. Your fee versus target. That's punching something wrong here. Oops, my bad. So we got end buyer's minimum profit margin. End buyer, 55. Contract price, offer to seller, 607. Okay, I put 865, comp high. After repair value, 865. Low comp, where are we doing? Where's it down? Right down here. Where's that? Oh, seller's asking price, 607. We put that down here with your contract price. Oh, I don't know that. I can't just zero. Sorry, no big deal. 25. And we do the math here. We got, usually it's going to be the maximum offer and offer math. So we're looking at offer versus maximum at 70% is 84,000 over. And then asking price is $84,000 over. So end buyer profit analysis, end buyer 24,000. Rehab, continue, all the numbers, end buyer's net, end buyer's gross profit, buyer net, well, that's not coming out correctly. That is all jacked up. So we'd have to deal overview. So we're looking at the spread 160, equity in the deal. Deal discount is only 97. So looking at asking ARV, 607 asking price is too much, right? So let's adjust that. Okay, we're going to take that down. Let's take it down to, where are we at? Take it down to 575. Let's see what happens down here. So we're at about 32. Seller discount needed is 32,000 to the seller. So we even got to go lower. So it's kind of telling us what we need to do. So we can go down even lower. So we're at, what are we at? 75. So maybe 535. And it's going to be asking versus our 607. Seller discount needed, $72,000 discount. So we're at 97, 70% of ARV. And we'll go over here and take a look at this here. With the $24,000 all-in purchase price. It's not coming up the way I want it. Buyer spread, $160,000, $897. Contract price, $535. Your assignment deal. This is not coming up. I have to fix this thing. Something happened. It says your net profit 510. That's not correct. Fee versus target fee, 510 below target fee percentage of ARV. Okay. So, yeah. So this is not popping out the way I needed to. Your assignment and deal fee, wholesale profit, because we want to make about $25,000 on this particular deal. So we'd have to be at the after repair. Seller's asking price is 607. Let's see what happens when I put in 535. All right. Does it change at all? 61% of ARV seller discount. All right. And we're going to have to work on a couple of these figures here. Contract price $535, assignment price to buyer $24,000, transactional funding $1,500, net profit fee. And that's not working out the way I wanted to. Let's go back over here and try this again. Some of these numbers are incorrect. 5-year contract price, 535. Your assignment double close is going to be a 24,000. Offer maximal offer is still $12,000 over, asking over 12,000. So we're rocking this math. Loan amount. So we got that was the other thing. The loan amount's different. So I guess we take that out. We'll go like that, and we'll just mess with these numbers here and see what pops out at the end of the day. We got buyer's minimum profit, 55,000. We got 535, 500. All right, we're at assignment fee 24. Now it's getting a little better. It's moving up to C, marginal, renegotiate. It says 65.70 cents, as you can see right here. 70% rule is about 523. Now we go 75. Whoops, close that out. End buyers, all in purchase, rehab 82, hard money points, holding cost, buyer profit margin, and then we're looking at this over here. So your assignment deal fees minus 25. So this is doing some different math, which is cool. This is a calculator math at the end of the day, right? Our fee is 2502. It's below target. All right, your net profit. So we're gonna have to go even lower on some. I'm not sure which one we got to punch in. So I'm not gonna lie, this is real raw and unscripted. So I didn't have all the numbers all put in and all the good stuff, right? Usually we use the Subto calculator or we use our regular deal automator. And this is actually has some extra bells and whistles. So bear with me real quick. Everything's here is correct. That's correct. So I'm gonna move this to like 500 just for the shits and giggles. See what we get here. Let's see what it does. See what it puts it in moderate. It moves it to a C, which is moderate, and we're still at 25 net profit. Okay, then maybe we got to change this. We already have that too, I think. What contract prices? Oh, that's 50,000. One more 0. Let's see what that does. All right, so we're going to contract price, your net profit, fee profit. That's wrong. This shit ain't working the way I wanted. Your contract price offered a seller, and then we're going over here. Seller's asking price. Then we're going to go end buyer's minimum 55,000 because that's what I would want to make on this deal. And the assignment fee is 24 and some change. So we're at 70, which is 523. 82 selling cost. Marginal, so offer versus maximum offer is 23,000 under maximum level offer, so we should be good here. So it's not giving us asking versus 57% of ARV, so that's 60%. So that's a good deal. So this is what I don't like over here because it's confusing. I want to have that changed. Have them reprogram this shit. Contract price to seller 500. Assignment price, transactional, right? Net profit. It's actually should be percent of fees and assignment year net, so it's not popping it out. So I'll have that fixed. Okay. All right. So we'll just move on from there, and we'll go to this. Let's move over to this. All right. Let's keep on rocking here. So here we go. This is what I want to share with you, the most important piece. But wholesale is the bottom line. You can do the regular napkin math, but the one we have is a spreadsheet. It's a little clunkier. This has a nice skin on it, so there's a couple of things that we need to tweak on it because I want it to be able to put in the numbers like it does, like we do it on our deal automator, and we pop in all the numbers, 6-month pad, the electricity, everything that the Subto calculator has, along with the rehab stuff, and then it pops out a number and it tells us where's our return on investment, right? Is it a unicorn deal? Is it a hot deal? Is it not? And you have to fix a couple, I think, things that got messed up on the actual calculations. So it should be a lot easier. It shouldn't be that section that I just showed you. I don't like that. So we'll get that fixed. But at the end of the day, it's free for you. It's not going to cost you a dime because it's inside of the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Then obviously we may turn into, as they call it, a lead magnet, right? But once I tweak that out and then share it, and obviously at least you're going to know the numbers like a real estate investor. And you're going to know what exactly you're looking for because a lot of them are going to be using hard money, right? Or they're going to be using private money and charging themselves. So you need to know what those numbers are. And then you're obviously going to need to know how to work that spread. So let me go ahead and share this with you because I think we're on what? Oh, shit. All right. So that thing didn't work. So it went off, but I'm still here. All right. So here we go. So own your piece of America. Amplive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. We got two things going on right there. As you can see, do-it-yourself study and then live coaching. Okay. So we're bringing that back for you. And we're going to go ahead and honor our 250 years of rock and rollness for America. America was built by owners. AHA, Americans Have What Americans, exists for one reason and one reason only. And that's to help every hard-working American own real estate without needing perfect credit, a big down payment, or a bank's permission. Okay. Something that we believe in, obviously, it's all about, and it is part of our mission, right? Which is to help every American across the United States of America in some capacity, because when we're helping an American or an investor or somebody comes aboard, we're not just helping one person, we're helping a whole family, right? And that is the cause and mission. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Faith in God we trust, patriotism for our AHA movement, and creative real estate strategies since 2003. That is the mission. Now you can choose what piece of America or how you want to own your own piece of America, right? You got your do-it-yourself study, right? It's going to have all the full AMP curriculum, Subto, seller finance, wholesale strategies, deal calculator tools, cold call scripts, inbound calling scripts. The mission is the submission, AHA community, and it's a self-paced learning program. Now, obviously, the links are going to be there. I've already put some of the links inside of the chat, so you can go check that out along with, I'm going to throw the Subto calculator. Now, that Subto calculator is awesome. I think you'll love it. I know I do, and it's awesome because it's going to help you break down those Subto type deals. And after all, that is a different jam. It's a little different than what people are used to in regards to creative real estate investing. So let me pull that up, and I'm going to drop that in the chat right now, and then I'm going to actually drop all three of these that we're sharing with you right now into the chat as well. So let me go ahead and do that. And then we have the live coaching, right? Live coaching, everything it's a do-it-yourself plus, Workly live coaching, real deal analysis, negotiation role play, accountability calls, VIP execs, lender access, which is probably just for the price of the 1997, should be just for that. But we're doing all these other things on top of that. And obviously, you're going to get Erick Jimenez live myself, right? You're going to get myself live. I'm going to be helping you rock those deals together. And then obviously for our 250 anniversary, or should even probably say our even American Mentee Program anniversary, because that's coming up for our one-on-one mentoring program. Apply. It is a selective application process. It's one-on-one myself and my team. Your deals, your market. It's going to be a deep accountability, premium access, my personal network, and obviously I'll have my personal telephone number and direct access where I actually will put you on a platform where we train and mentor others specifically just for the one-on-one mentoring program. And it's all results focused. And we do partner up and do deals. So it is reciprocal because that's where we'll make our money back. All right. That's how that works. As we keep on running along here, I'll do the Reader's Digest version, right? So this is the one, the value stack for this, right? This is do it yourself. Watch the videos and do the quizzes. Reach out. You can still hang out with Tuesday support. Wednesday, you'll get to watch those things. And Friday, it's live coaching. But for this is do it yourself. So if you want to step it up and you want to step up your game, you'll have those opportunities to do that. So if you think about it, even for this right here, for the full AMP Live Creative Real Estate curriculum is about $5K. Subject to and seller finance strategies, right? Now, even then, this is, these numbers are, I would say, shit at the end of the day because I think they're higher, but $1,500. Wholesale deal calculator and scripts, that's probably about right, $400 or $500. The cold call and door knocking scripts include, right, our inbound calls. The mission is a submission. That should be more like 3,000 because the more submissions you do, the more money you're going to make. Guarantee it, right? And you're learning the art of the deal, or I like to call the AMP Live method. That is almost like the secret hot sauce to get you rocking and rolling and putting money into your pocket. 14-day deal finding challenge, about $497. CRM pipeline map and workflow guide that you'll be able to use to set up your own deal machine or lead machine and deal flow machine, about $800. AHA community access, about 1,000 total value, about 10, 11, 12,000 bucks is what we're looking at there. Now, here's some like case studies of different people, like say Brett, he booked his first real estate appointment in 21 days. Ruben closed 2 properties in a single month after joining. My favorite is this one. Steve went from 0 to building a portfolio, one house at a time, little by little by little. And, Tyrell got a contract in under 14 days after joining the program. And then this one is my favorite as well. 16-year veteran said the best mentoring ever, better than the Army did, right? So, wow, that's pretty crazy, right? How is that possible? All right. And simply because we take the time, it's reciprocal. We take the time to make sure you understand the process. So if you don't move forward unless you have digested what we're trying to share with you. And if you don't understand it, I will know, then we won't move forward. We'll stay there until you get it, right? Because it makes no sense to move forward. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to fail. And then you're going to blame it on me. You're going to blame it on yourself. You're going to say it didn't work. It's not that it didn't work. It's just that you weren't ready. You just didn't understand what needed to happen. All right. Excuse me. 14K. Check this out. Right. This is crazy. In 2019, I had a deal in Riverside County, $14,000 assignment fee. Done deal. So I thought. I made the offer on the phone instead of showing up in person because I wanted to try that out. Hey, I'm going to sling shit at the wall. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to try this. Making offers on the wall thing because, hey, I'm trying to, I'm okay. I know what works for me, and sometimes you got to try some stuff, right? So they decided to try to throw some spaghetti at the wall. So I made the offer by phone instead of showing up in person like I'm used to doing, or we're doing belly to belly, or obviously I am there on the phone and a mentee, you yourself, maybe in Florida or anywhere in between the United States of America or even the world, and you're at the house belly to belly, and I am there on this beautiful, lovely, crazy thing, right, in person on the phone to work a deal, right? But I didn't go belly to belly, and I lost the deal. So 14,000 bucks gone. I think I've done that before with 25,000 type deal as well. So I just, the mistake changed the way I teach forever as well. Okay. And coach and mentor. The business is about relationships. It's about showing up. The founders didn't send letters, right? They showed up, and that's what we'll train you to do. The exact same thing. We're going to share with you. Belly to belly beats phone every single time. We just make more money. And if you do it correctly, you'll make more money and get more submissions, meaning more appointments, more offers, more deals. That's how it works, period. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. So I'm going to go ahead and for the American Mentee Program, one-on-one coaching and mentoring with Erick Jimenez, myself, obviously, and my team. Application is only by application only. Not everyone gets in. The American Mentee Program is selective. It's an application, a conversation, and obviously Erick doesn't mentor everyone. I don't mentor everyone. All right. I mentor the right ones. If you're ready to go and you're all in, then this is going to be for you. So people know, kind of like Mr. Steven. Steven knew that this was for him by seeing and watching a video online, and then reached out through a DM, and then the team reached out to me and we set up an appointment. It didn't take hours of a conversation. It didn't take, hey, you know what, my whole life is this and that. I'm putting my whole enchilada into you, and this has got to work, or it's going to fail, blah, 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 or I'm going to fail, blah, blah, blah. No, he was the guy. He was I always call it the $500 student, and then the $50,000 mentor or mentee, right? The $500 one's like, it's $500. Gary, man, you got that in your couch. It's $500. And what they're going to tell you, everything is relying on that $500, right? And then you got the $50,000 people saying, look, just like Steven, right? We had a 20-minute conversation of how he paid $25,000, $30,000 for a coaching program, and had a name on it. It was a name brand thingy, and he figured, okay, cool. And then he started moving forward, and 6 months, 8 months, a year and a half later, still spinning his wheels and still didn't even know how to wholesale. You get on a Zoom call, last 3 hours, say, raise his hand. Hey, I got questions, never get his questions answered. And then after that, it's like, okay, how about, maybe I need a coach. So they hit him up. Do you need a coach? He said, well, how much does that cost? $10,000. Shit. All right. If you really need help, we can come out and help you get your business set up about 5 or 6 days, and we'll get your business all set up and lined out. And I asked them all, what happens after the 5 or 6 days? Nothing. So you can't call them. You can't touch bases with them. You can't get on the phone and work a deal with them. Like if you're at the house and go, hey, can you help me negotiate this deal? What's the first thing they're going to tell you? Well, they won't answer. They're not going to do it. They won't even be on the call. right? Or if I do call them, then they're going to go, okay, go watch video, whatever, on 54 on negotiating, and then hang up on you because they don't do that. So I told them what we do. I said, yeah, we partner up, do deals. We're going to paper up. I'm actually going to be on the phone to help you negotiate your first, second, third deal. Hopefully it's only the first or second and you can handle the third, but you're even on the third deal. You're not going to be by yourself. I'm going to be with you. We're going to be with you. So if you start going sideways and you mess up the deal, hey, we're going to stop. We're going to have a keyword to shut you down. And then I'm going to step in where hopefully we can save the deal, move forward, get the contract, and boom, get it sold, right? Run it through Dispo and move forward. And once he heard that, he goes, oh my God, nobody nobody on the planet is doing that stuff, right? And he looked everywhere and he couldn't find it because I know it's not out there either. There's hybrids of it, or people say they do it, but that just never happens, so, or it's not out there. I'm just telling you. So he said, okay, what do I need to do? I said, well, I told him is what it costs and to come aboard. And this is what we need to do. And I can send you the link right now. You can take care of it while we're on the phone. I said, all right, cool. He goes, did you send it? Not yet. Hold on. Text him. I said, okay, cool. All right, I got it. I'm working on it right now. So yeah, he brought out, he did his credit card, put it on Visa, American Express, or MasterCard, whatever one. Took care of it. Said, okay, that's all done. What's next? Well, within the next 20 to 24 hours, next 24 to 72 hours, we're going to get you onboarded because we still use human beings to get you onboarded. And then we're going to go ahead and there's going to be a micro goal sheet. So we've got to build a plan based on what you want to achieve, what you wanted to build. What you wanted a house hack, want to do some wholesaling, want to build a portfolio, one house at a time, live in it for 1 year. Boom. Go get another house, live in it for 1 year, get 3 or 4 or 5. By the time he retires, he'll have 5 or 6 houses or more, and go from there. And that would be his jam. So, and then looking at everything else he wanted to do, whether he wanted to donate stuff, want to take care of his mom, or do some stuff with his son and all that good stuff, right? So, I like to call it your goals should be monetary, and at the same token, it could be, they don't always have to be about real estate, right? They can be about anything else, on top of real estate. Your whys, your passions, those are things that are going to keep you going. So that's what's called a micro goal sheet, right? We get a micro goal sheet, boom, you jump on the micro goal sheet, you fill it all out. What's going to transpire month 1, month 2, month 3, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. If you got 10-year goals, remember it's always private. So he knew that. So no problem. He put them all in there. We have our first call, and it's about the game plan. It's about how what's going to transpire in the next 6 to 12 months and move forward, right? And then have a game plan based on what he wants to achieve. And then running through the program. And then boom, week 1, 2, 3, 4. And it took him about 2 or 3 weeks, talk to sellers and actually get some contracts. And in about 60 days, he actually bought his first house for his first, for his portfolio, for his first house hack, I guess you want to call it, and then moved on from there. But that was that's how how it happens. And that's why it's a selection process. And it was pretty easy. Like I said, it's a 20-minute call. Usually it's, 45 minutes, an hour. I've spent 2 hours with people just to, kind of let them understand what the value is and what we're doing, right? And it's usually always 2 things on the scale of 1 to 10. If it's 8 and above, ready to rock. If it's lower than 8, then it's money, or they don't think they have the time, or they don't think they can actually do it because this is the real shit. It's the real deal, and they're gonna have to work, and we're gonna do deals. We're gonna make money. So at the end of the day, there's no reason. You could borrow the money. I would say you could borrow the money. You got friends and family. You could partner up with other people to do the deal. And go from there, so, and there's credit cards and, micro goals, and I got micro loans and all that good stuff now. So there's a lot of things that can happen. Let's see, we got some water here that you can do. So I'll go from there. So that's really it. So this is how it works. Very easy, right? Step 1, fill out the application. And then we review the testimonials on the testimonial page. And then obviously you can book a call right there. Very easy. So I'm going to go ahead, and then I think I have that here that I can share with you. And I'll go ahead and put those in the chat as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm not going to get into the Subto magic system there. But yes, you can buy a house without a bank. I'm going to pull this back up here so we can end this call on a good note. So definitely jump aboard the real estate investing meetup. That's every Thursday. And I think I'll leave you with this. I'll put this back up here. Whoa, you still got a couple more here? I guess we do. Okay. 250 years of freedom, one decision, yours to make. right? America was built by owners. Join the AHA, Americans How Americans Amp Live family, and own your place, right? Own your own piece, I should say. So those are the 3 things that you can do, and that's what we're doing for this promo for the 250 years of celebration. You can go to testimonials right there, apply.geterickpaullive.com, testimonials. And I'll put that in the chat before we wrap up. Rock and roll and all what you do, in God we trust. I believe that is probably going to be that 8. Yep, that's it right there. That's the rock and rollness right there. Take advantage of that while you can. And I'll put, you see, we got that in here. You got the free calculator. You can download analyzer. I'm going to put this right up in here as well. Where it went, not sure. One second. I'll go ahead and pull it. I believe it's right there. Okay, let me see. 1 second. All right. Always so much stuff. I hope you're doing well. Amen. Damn it. Where'd it go? Yeah, let's just do this here. Put this right here. I think it's in there. 1 second. All right. All right. So, see, without further ado, rock and roll and all what you do. Appreciate you. I'm going to be back probably a little bit later on, and we'll go from there. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Hope you have an awesome, wonderful day. Rock and roll and send those deals down the wire. I'm going to put my face up here so we can close this out and take off these glasses. Thank you for watching. Definitely like, love, and share. Appreciate it. Questions, reach out, touch bases. You have an awesome day. Bye-bye.